You heard certain truths that made you adjust your life, which will make you inherit glory today, is because she was there. It's because he was there. Because they are teachers, both to themselves and to men and to angels. Marriage is a school of the spirit. Number 4, as I'm trying to round up, my time is finished. Sometimes you can't emphasize these things enough. It's better taught in a series. If I was in a series, the first point I would have taught it and ascended and brought down the presence and leave you to interact with it, come back. But when things wanted to go up, I had to key the atmosphere so that I can keep saying these things. Because hear it, your spirit is receiving it. In the day that you need it, it will come out of your spirit. It is planted. Because you've given me your ears, I have the opportunity of planting into your heart. And I will plant this scripture so that it will be there. And if you are not yet married, please take these things with seriousness. Because this is the reality of marriage. Don't just marry somebody because you think you have emotions. Or because you think, no, be careful. That man that you are talking about, make sure he's like Christ. Because in marriage, God will see him as your Lord. And that woman that you are thinking is all about emotion, if she gets into marriage, she will become the basis by which your prayer ministry and your walk with God will be vetted. You can be a mighty intercessor that has no answer from heaven because your wife provoked you and you behave with her like an animal. All your prayer enterprise will shut down because as far as God is concerned, your prayers will not be heard. So be careful before you dabble into a relationship. Marriage is worship. That's the 4th mystery of marriage, is worship. Because many times when you get into marriage, you will discover that most of the choices you will make because of God. Ask those who are married, they will tell you. When you want to marry, you will make choices because of the person. But when you get married, you will make choices because of God. Because you are not yet married, you can trek from Kubwa to Gwagwalada, or trek from Kubwa to which other part of Abuja now? You can go to zone 2 from Kubwa. Or Nyanya, yes, you can trek from Kubwa to Nyanya to present a flower to the lady. In fact, as you are going, the energy is coming because you are imagining her smiles and you are laughing. You are smiling. You won't even feel that you have trekked for 6 hours. When you come, you may not even have the opportunity to see her yet. You will wait somewhere until she has the time, and then you come and say, with all my heart, I brought you this little token. When you get married, if you have to trek from Kubwa here, unless God tells you, if there's need to trek, God will be the one to convince. You know what? All those things you were imagining, they will no longer be an imagination. And you will now discover that life does not begin and end there. Because all you were seeing when you were trekking is to hug her. And you will hug her for 10 minutes. You will not feel the heat. You will not feel the pains of trekking. Welcome. When you marry her, you will hug her every day. You will now discover that before you do anything, you must be a man of God. You must be a woman of God. Because a day will come when you will care for her as responsibility. You will love her as responsibility. Because feelings don't exist all the time. Feelings are not the way they... See, one of the greatest deception of your life that you can never do away with is your feelings. Feelings fluctuate. Age manipulates feeling. Events manipulate feeling. Even environment manipulate feelings. If you change environment, your feeling will change. If conversation changes, your feeling will change. If events change, your feeling will change. If your age change, your feelings will change. So you will discover, if you will work with this person for a lifetime, most of the things that are right that you should do, you will keep doing it because of God. Now, because you are doing what you are doing because of God, marriage will become worship before God. So even when the person does not deserve to be loved, you will still love her as a responsibility to God. When God begins to see that love now is not just about affection anymore, it's worship. Your wife disobeys you, your wife dishonors you, you still say, my dear, I love you. You are correcting her, she doesn't listen, you still keep your calm. It's not because you don't know how to argue, but it's because of God. God commanded that you should love. So from that day, that love will be greater than some of these songs we sing on the altar. You know, some songs we sing is talent. Real worship is submitting your will to the will of the Father. When Jesus knelt down in Gethsemane and said, not my will but thine, that's the loudest sound of worship that heaven heard. That when a man can subjugate his own will for the will of God to find expression, is a high kind of worship in the spirit. And in marriage, there are many decisions you will make because of God. You will tell your husband,
when you hold my hands, everything becomes possible.